Hey, just do a quick segment with you, but the texts are coming in with the questions for you. I guess I'll just fire one off at you, and there's people wanting to know your favorite memory of an Apple Cup. What would that? I mean, it's obvious, but maybe tell us a little bit more inside of that '97 game. Or maybe it's not the '97.
Well, of course it's the '97 game. I think the '95 one as well. My first start ever was an Apple Cup, and that experience going against Lawyer Malloy and that defense and playing well, but the '97 game, of course, it got us to the Rose Bowl, and there was a particular moment. There was a mutual respect between me and Jason Chorak, who was a defensive end during that time, a very, very good defensive end for them. And he just had a motor and a motor mouth as well, and he would just talk and talk and talk and he was all yapping at me in the first quarter, yapping at me a little less in the second quarter, yapping at me just a little less in the third quarter, and he was getting so frustrated that we were succeeding on all those third and longs that I finally looked over at him and I said, hey 4-6, don't worry, man, this will be over soon, all right? And that was that. I remember that thing pretty cool, and the dejection in his face kind of made me very happy for the moment. And we, I think 2 plays later, hit CJ for the long pass down to the sideline, and I kind of felt like we had it in hand, and we're gonna go play in the Rose Bowl, something that I dreamed about ever since Coach Price had called on that January day in 1994. So.
And what was that like at the end of the game, Ryan, when all the Cougar fans rushed the field there at Husky Stadium?
Well, I was in shock. I ran down, and I remember spiking the ball. I should have kept the football first, so I spiked it. I don't know where the ball ended up. I wish I would have kept that ball. And then I got hoisted up, and I didn't detach my chin strap, and people were pulling my helmet, trying to get my helmet off, and he was choking me. And then I finally got down, and the guy asked me, the ABC sideline reporter was asking me questions, and I think I was just pretty much incoherent, babbling about I don't know what's going on here type of thing, and it's a crimson, emotional, wonderful blur. I just know that's the case.
Well, you mentioned years later, I think you didn't realize what that moment meant to a lot of people. I saw you at a golf tournament, I think, over at Newcastle, and you said at that time that, boy, it took you a while to figure out how special that moment was, right?
Well, I think so. I think I knew how long it had been, but I didn't understand how it affected other people, how much that season affected other people. That people have been able to tell me stories since I've got reconnected with my fellow Cougars in Cougar Nation over the last 2 years, and they were able to tell me stories about that year, about doing things. One thing in particular was a story about two sons whose father passed away right after the UCLA game that year, stating how this was the year, and this was the guy at quarterback for us and everything, and they bought him a ticket for the Rose Bowl and left that seat empty at the Rose Bowl. I mean, that's an emotional, that's an inspirational type of thing. I mean, that's something that you hear, and you're almost like that we as a team positively affected and made people feel that way. I mean, that's a pretty special thing, and to find that later in life and to be able to appreciate it more now, I think is better than not being able to appreciate it back then like I probably should have.
Well, because every Cougar fan, we all went to the Rose Bowl. That was the one thing. Cougar fans just wanted to go to one Rose Bowl in their lifetime, and of course, Husky fans throw it up to us that, well, you haven't won one yet. That's not the point. Just the fact that we made it there. And Ryan, you know as well as I do, if they'd given you one more second, we would have won the game.
We had a play. We had a. Who knows if it would have worked? They had a great defense.
Don't say it, because that's one of the text questions, and I'm butting in because I want to hear what that play was, and with the few seconds, if you could have gotten it back, what play would you have run? That's one of the text questions coming. If you have any other text questions, 710-710. Ryan Leaf will talk about that and everything Apple Cup. It's all on the board for us for the next hour. He will join us here on the Kevin Calabro Show on 710 ESPN Seattle, the new sports leader.